Hello, what's up and welcome to Jump Inside Games. Today we're doing a review video and we are doing Park Beyond. Now I'm a big fan of theme park games and when I saw this, I played it, I very much enjoyed it. There were some good parts, there were some little bits that I didn't quite like. But overall, it was a very interesting game to play. You know what? I'm really glad this game is released because it has some really nice parts that I think a lot of theme parks games can take away from it. But yeah, other than that, let's get into this video and let's see what this game does well. I can't get enough of this music and this introduction. If you've got to introduce a theme park game, this is the best way to do it. Look how incredible this opening scene is. I mean, honestly, this was a brilliant way to hype me up and to give this game a chance. So, without no further ado, let's see everything that this game entitles. Before we continue, I just want to mention that we only record the first 2 hours of a video game. So everything you see in this video is recorded within the first 2 hours. So, let's get down to it. So we first start off in this city, and this is part of the campaign. There is a sandbox mode to this game as well, where you can just build a park. But right now and right here, this is the campaign mode, and this is how you're going to basically learn everything you can do inside a park. And I must say, the campaign is actually quite enjoyable. So we'll get down to exactly a few mechanics of exactly what you can do in this game. Now, one of the really cool things that this does, and it does really well, is to allow you to build roller coasters with the mouse that you've got on your keyboard. By the way, this game is also on Xbox and PlayStation, so you will be able to do some sort of same mechanic as I'm doing right now. But you get to actually click and build. It's that simple. There's no left or right or 90-degree turns. If you want to build on top of a rooftop, you can, as you can see right here. So I'm just building this car along, and this is kind of my roller coaster we've got going on. I say kind of, there's a beginning and an end point from the bedroom that you start off in all the way to wherever this location is. I'm building it right now. Now, throughout this, you'll get little tips that will pop up on your map that will teach you a little bit about how this game works. So, for example, this first one here is teaching me how to go around corners and how the whole clicking and going up and down works. And yes, you get to tilt it in many different directions. So you can do a tilt like that or a tilt like that, and you can pretty much tilt this roller coaster to however you feel. This is a good and bad thing. By that I mean right now it's a good thing because you get to have like variations of tilt, but later on in the game you'll see how that might be a bad thing.
Nicely done, friend. I suppose introductions are in order. I'm Blaze Ultra.
As you play this game, you'll meet different characters throughout of it, like Blaze Ultra right there. She will be one of the first people that you meet inside the beginning portion of this game. She's going to teach you a bit about roller coasters as you get started, and I absolutely love this character. She does a very good job of introducing you to this world. You also meet some other characters later on, but one of the more interesting things about this talking system with these characters is you get choices. For example,
Whoa, water feature. Since you're well on your way to becoming the next theme park visionary, tell me this. How are you going to overcome the obstacles you're going to face?
And via this mechanic, you'll be able to choose which answer you want, and each answer may unlock a different way of doing things. So for this, I selected tunnel feature, and I was able to build a tunnel through the mountain. And yes, if you're wondering, you do get to ride on the rides that you build. So if you build a roller coaster, you can ride the roller coaster yourself. And yes, this roller coaster does come up with some strange mechanics, like you can build a cannon that fires you through the air, like I've done right here. That was really cool. I absolutely love that feature. There are some really cool features on this game, and I really like them, like that cannon right there. That was a really cool mechanic. Anyway, moving on to the next part. And the next part is meeting Phil, and Phil will introduce you to most of your parks on the game. He's basically the front cover of this game.
Ah, here we are. Now, I know this forest might look spooky from a distance, but once you're in the thick of it, it's merely pantaloon-fillingly terrifying.
Yes, once you've done all that and you've done the tutorial, your next stage will be to bring this park back to life. You'll be given all the creation tools that you need, and you'll have to complete objectives and you'll unlock different things. You'll also gain a greater knowledge about how the park works. And yes, this is the campaign, this is not the sandbox mode. So if you go into the sandbox mode, you'll be able to do this straight away, and you can even actually unlock everything in sandbox mode. So if you want to jump straight into sandbox, you're more than welcome to. Now, to build rides, just like any other roller coaster game, I'm just going to skim over this. You basically build an exit and entrance, and people can go onto your ride after you open it up, or maybe even test it. It's completely up to you. Other than that, you also have goals where you have to like bring in more people into your park, or make your park satisfactory happier. These are basic roller coaster game objectives, so I'm not going to go too much into that. What I'm going to go into is I'm going to skip straight to the building the actual roller coasters. Now, building a straight line roller coaster or going up and down is quite easy to do, but that's not going to please all your customers. So you're going to want to add in tilts and different ways the track can actually maneuver. So for example, going upside down or tilting left and right, you're going to have to include this into your roller coaster build. Yes, building it round corners is quite tricky. See, when you first start doing it, yes, it's nice and easy. You can go around different corners, but it gets a little bit more complex when you're trying to do another corner from that previous corner, because you have this weird tilt that you have to deal with every time you build something. And this game does make you end up with some really weird shape roller coasters, especially with that mouse clicking. So yes, it's a really cool game, and I absolutely do love the roller coaster building inside of it. It's just a little bit interesting to see what type of roller coaster you come up with after you've done building it. This was mine. Anyway, that right there is the campaign. Now we're going to step into the sandbox mode just a little tiny little bit. And this sandbox mode is absolutely great. As you can see, the settings on here allows you to do different types of difficulties, and my one that I'm going to show you right now is worry-free. Basically, you get unlimited cash and there's no objectives to maintain your park, which means you aren't going to have a problem building your favorite rides. So let's get started. Now, one of the first things that I found interesting was the path building. I liked these hanging off paths where you could make these really long lines and create them in really nice curves. And yeah, it's a good thing. I like these types of paths, but what I really wanted to do was build grids. Now, I normally build a grid on the entrance of a park, and I'll build some stalls, some stuff, so the customers can go straight there. Now, this game didn't have that, unfortunately, so I couldn't build a grid at the entrance, or at least I wasn't aware if you could build one. I can't find the feature, so I'm going to have to settle with just these types of paths, which is a little bit annoying, but I think I can deal with it. And this game takes away the creativity, or at least the hard bit of the creativity. So if you're not the type of designer that you want to go in and design every portion, then this game takes that element away and gives you some really cool and creative pre-designed stuff. So you don't have to worry about building a really cool looking drink stand. This game will make sure it's got one in place for you. So all you have to worry about is selling the stock. Now, one thing that annoyed me a little bit was the type of roller coasters that you could build. There was only 3 choices, which was quite annoying. Now, the features in them, because this game's all about the features, is there are a little few features on the side where you can build like rockets, and you can build different mechanics on your roller coaster to make it interesting. But what you won't get is more than 3 different roller coasters, because that's really annoying. I want to have like 50 roller coasters to choose from, or at least 10 or 20. But no, we get 3, which is a little bit disappointing. I wanted a few more, but anyway, that's not going to stop me from playing the game. I got a pre-made roller coaster because there was a pre-made one inside this game, and I put it in my park, and it looks pretty wow. One of the features on this roller coasters that I found was this little thing that separated all the carts after the train took off. So yes, there might only be 3 different types of roller coasters, but there's loads of different features within the roller coaster build itself. Like cannons or this cart separator, it's got more features that you can use that it will help you design very interesting looking roller coasters. One thing that did annoy me about this game, and I'm a very immersive person when it comes to video games, was how people come on and off the ride. They just teleport on and off the ride. I mean, this I found quite annoying when playing this game. Yes, I know it's a small little feature, but on the fact that they go from that queue to straight on that ride without having to queue up right next to those red in and out things, I found quite annoying. I mean, I would have loved just a little bit more interaction with these rides where the customers would walk through those gates and they would line up. It would seem a little bit more immersive, and that would make me very, very happy. That and a few more roller coaster choices, and I would absolutely love this game. Now, I'm guessing that there's going to be loads of updates, and yes, like I'm on the screen right here, you can hire staff and all that kind of stuff. So there's lots of elements in this game that I haven't fully shown off in this video, but this game is a theme park game, and it's a very good one. There's loads of things like terrains and all that kind of stuff that you can edit. Just for me personally, I feel like they needed just a few more features for me to really like this game. It missed out on a few things, and I feel like it just needed to add them to be perfect. So this game is a little bit under perfection for me, so I'm kind of going to give my verdict out now. And normally I rate my games based on gameplay, pricing, graphics, and story, but instead this time I'm gonna give you my reason why I'm just deranking certain elements of this. So I do absolutely love this game. I think it's truly well up there, but it's only gonna get a 7 out of 10 for me, and this is because it doesn't add things like gridded paths, which I think that it needs to add in. It needs to have a bit more immersion when it comes to ride, getting on and off the ride and all that kind of stuff, and I think it needs a bit more variety of roller coasters. Other than that, I think this is a really cool game. So my final scores are a 7 out of 10. If you like theme park games, maybe wait on an update or 2, or just see what comes out with this game. But other than that, it's a very good game. Add in those features and I'm gonna absolutely love it. Anyway, the prices for this game are down in the links in the description below. So if you do want to check out this game, you can check it out on those links. Anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Seb, and this has been Jump Inside Reviews. Tell me what you think about it, and if you've played it, tell us in the comments below what you think about the game. So, thanks for watching, and goodbye.